Good morning and welcome to another vlog, because apparently that's what we do on this channel. So it is Tuesday, 10 a.m. I'm doing my morning sprints on my channel. We just jumped into our first one. So my plans for today, I need to edit a thumbnail for my Jenny Han along read-along announcement. So I need to get that done, and I'm gonna get that posted. And then I think I'm gonna work on posting some books on Pango and possibly, I don't know what from there. Maybe I'll try to film one of my bookshelf tours because I really need to do that. I'm anticipating having to edit that and I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna suck. So, but if I start with my graphic novel section, it shouldn't be so bad, right? Oh, I need to make sure everything is put in my Gala of Peace vlog. Okay, so anyway, reading wise, I'll be listening to The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I've never read this one before, so I do kind of want to immersive read this. So that might put like a kink in my plans to actually do stuff. But I want to make sure I'm paying attention because, again, I haven't read it, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what to expect yet. But I do want to get through this so that I can read Sunrise on the Reaping possibly Sunday on sprints, because I don't know when I would do it this week. So yeah, that's what we've got planned for today. So let me, oh, okay. I've got my coffee, so let me focus on this. I do know that I want to make sure we go into a sprint at noon today because John Green is doing like a talk for his new book, Everything is Tuberculosis, and it's at noon. It's from noon to 1, and I definitely want to listen to it. So I want to make sure I'm in a sprint. That way I can watch it. So let me just jump into my vlog here. Yeah, all of that goes. I have my Gala of Peace vlog to edit. There's so much. I took so many clips. Alright. So I will check in later once I've read a little bit of this. I should probably record a vlog update. I'm currently on sprints on my channel. The last 45-minute sprint, and then we're going to do a 30 sprint, and then I have to go to work. But anyway, I got to, well really, I got to part 2 in Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is my first time reading it, so if you haven't read it, spoilers are coming. Stop watching the vlog right here. I'll wait. Okay, so now you signed up for spoilers. I thought that this book was gonna give me like empathy towards Snow. Like I thought it was gonna be like one of those villain origin stories like Disney is doing, like the Wicked Villains book series, where you learn about the villain's backstory and like why they're so evil, and then by the end of it you're like, if I had $1 for every time my memory card was full, I would have so many dollars. Anyway, so spoilers for Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So I thought this was going to give me sympathy towards President Snow, but it absolutely is not. Like, he's just getting worse and worse and worse. Like someone said, he has so many opportunities to like change his story, change the narrative. You're a little crooked to decide that he's gonna be like the hero of the story, but he's just always awful, and he always talks down to like the players in the game, the tributes. He always thinks he's better than, even though like he's down on his luck. His family is no longer the best family in the capital. So he should not be feeling so great about himself, because he is not that great. But then he just continues to be awful because he thinks it's going to help him. And then, like, it does. He's awful. And so he becomes the president. What? Like, this is really showing how society rewards these awful behaviors, and how people who treat other people like shit come out on top. It's crazy. So there was just this, at the end of part 2, he was talking about how Lucy saved his life, and how, oops, the crookedness is just really annoying me, and how he's like overwhelmed by the fact that he'll never be able to repay her. Like, usually he has the upper hand. He's giving her food and gifts and whatever, and he expects gratitude back. But now that she has given him a gift that's beyond compare, like, on the surface everything looked the same: chained girl, boy offering food, peacekeepers guarding that status quo. But deep down, things could never be the same between them. He would always be in her debt. She had the right to demand things. So he knows that she has an upper hand right now because she protected his life. And she says, you could start by thinking I can actually win. So she knows that he does not have a very nice opinion of her. And she's asking for him to believe in her so that she can win the games. What? So I'm interested to see how that affects their interactions. I'm going into part 2, and I'm assuming that's the games, because I feel like every one of Suzanne Collins' books, like part 1, we're building up to the games, part 2 is the games, and then part 3 is like aftermath of the games. So I'm excited to see how that interaction plays into how Snow is a mentor to Lucy in the games. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to reading and doing a little diamond painting. I'll show you an update. I have 3 squares left. Look how pretty. So I should be able to finish this one square today while I'm listening, because I have like, I don't know, an hour left before I have to really start getting ready. I mean, I'm already ready. I just have to like leave. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. And I'm eating this yogurt, but I'm eating it slowly because it's kind of giving me like, what is that? So anyway, that's what I'm going to work on. I have about 15 minutes left of this sprinty sprint. So I'll check in probably at the end of part 2. Happy Friday. So real quick, before I start editing my video for, I have my trans rights TBR that I just filmed, and I did a mid-month wrap-up so that I could talk about the books that I read for Gala of Peace, since that blog just, you know, decided it didn't want to happen. So reading update, I've made it to 50% of Saltwater. It might be a little bit more. I'm in part 2. So I think I've decided I'm not a thriller girly, because like I could not be asked to care what is happening in this book. Like, I want to know what happens, but like getting there is taking so long. And so I think like I like my thrillers to be movies or TV shows or something that takes like 90 minutes of my time. And I'm not saying that there's anything inherently wrong with this book. I think it's really well written. I think the story is interesting, but I just don't want to spend the days and hours that it takes to read a thriller book to read a story like this, if that makes sense. Like, I know some people feel the same way about like romance. Like, I would rather watch a 90-minute rom-com than spend 4 hours reading like a rom-com book or whatever. So yeah, that's my thoughts right now. And then the trans rights readathon starts today. So my first book for that is going to be The Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea. So I think this is the book I'm going to take with me to work. I have not started this yet, and it has been on so many TBRs. It's not even funny. So there's mermaids, there's pirates, there's romance, there's fantasy. What more do you want from a book? So I will check in once I've read some of this. So I need to get to step in on editing this video so I can get it uploading whilst I'm at work. I wasn't even recording right there, but I said, is there anything better than cracking open a nice cupcake on a Friday evening? I'm rewatching the sprint race from earlier. I've got a Barbie pink cupcake, and it's Friday night. Heck yeah.